Today on Us Weekly's reality recap, the Love is Blind reunion is finally here, and we're recapping where the couple stand today and all the drama that ensued. Plus, Irina reacts to Zack accusing her of sabotaging his and Bliss's relationship.
That is 100% not how I felt. I genuinely wanted to marry Zack. It wasn't about a game. It wasn't about picking or choosing or winning. I feel like I was in my own head, living my own life.
While Chelsea reveals what it was like having Thanksgiving with Kwame's mom.
And I feel like she got to see, bits and pieces of my character. We still have room to grow, but I think our foundation is there.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Us Weekly's reality recap, Love is Blind edition. Hey everyone, Christina Garibaldi here with Us Weekly executive producer Mandy DeCamp, and we finally got the reunion after plenty of delays. It finally aired somewhere.
Finally. Love is patient, apparently.
Love is patient, but we finally got some answers about the reunion, where the couple stand. All right, so starting off with Chelsea and Kwame, he moved from Portland to Seattle. They seem to be, very much in love. Are you kind of surprised by that?
A little bit, but for them. I mean, I'm so excited that she met his mom, and it sounds like Thanksgiving went really well. She opened Chelsea with open arms. His little niece said that she was thankful for Chelsea. They seem really happy. And also their apartment is sick.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. So I don't know what they do. I can't remember now, but I'm happy for them.
I'm happy for them too. And I thought that he handled the apology to about the Micah situation. I thought he handled that really well, like apologizing to her family, taking full accountability for it, being like, I was never in love with Micah. We just had that connection and, kind of wanted to kind of put some closure on it. But he said he didn't handle it well, which I appreciated.
I agree with you. I think he handled it well. I don't think Micah handled the whole reunion in general well. I felt bad for her. She was clearly super emotional about everything, but that was her response to Kwame's pool apology was odd to me.
Yes, I totally agree with you. The whole thing was kind of weird. But like you said before, Chelsea, was welcomed into Kwame's family with open arms, and she actually talked to us about the Thanksgiving dinner. So take a quick look at this. Did you get the chance to speak to his mother?
Yes, I have gotten to speak to his mother. We went for Thanksgiving, and it was an amazing first visit. I went in with little expectations. I knew she was going to be very observant of me, and it was important that, I felt comfortable there as well to kind of feel it out. But it was a great experience. When I stepped foot in their home, I felt at home. I felt like, it was my family. They were laughing, and there was food, and there was dancing. And it felt very natural to me. And I feel like she got to see, bits and pieces of my character. We still have room to grow, but I think our foundation is there.
Yeah, good for them. Happy that things are going well. But like you said, the whole Paul and Micah situation was really, really strange to me. That kind of they were really harping on him, saying that he couldn't see Micah as a mother, that she wasn't a very nurturing person. And Paul called out Vanessa Lachey on Instagram as well and was like, you totally took Micah's side in all of this. Like, I gave you my explanation and you kept harping on this. And this was just one of the reasons why I said no. It wasn't the main reason. I thought that was very odd. I appreciate, as somebody that interviews and hosts and things like that, I appreciate Vanessa and Nick, but it just felt a little off to me this time.
It felt a little bit off. I think it could possibly have to do with the fact that apparently they were sitting there for an hour.
Yes.
They were supposed to go live. And when you're supposed to go live, we've been there where it's like you have that anticipation and then all of a sudden it falls flat and you kind of have to it almost like you need a nap or something because it's like you had the adrenaline going.
Yes.
And then it kills it because suddenly you're not live. This is a much bigger show than anything we've done. Right. And I can imagine that's a letdown, and
sure.
I think it threw them off a little bit. I think in the past, perhaps people have, I think with any host, us included, people can say you're robotics, and then you want to show more of your personality, but now you're showing too much of your personality, and it's like, I think there's a hard balance for them. And I think we saw it kind of happen.
I think so too. And I agree. I think Andy Cohen said it on his radio show. Reunions should not be live. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
There's too much that you need to get through.
True.
And everybody should have the floor to kind of explain exactly what they want. And then you kind of pare it down and edit it down. Like there was just too many things that needed to be hit during this certain amount of time. And I feel like it was kind of a letdown for the viewer because we didn't get the answers that we wanted. Like I wanted to know more about why did Paul and Micah break up after they started dating again? We didn't get
that was so
answers.
Interesting. I'm like, wait a second, they dated again?
Right.
That's shocking to me. And we got almost no information about that. I totally agree. Reunions should not be live. I also think that the people who watch Love is Blind, just a hunch, but I feel like they're also Bravo fans. Yes. And they're used to Andy Cohen reunions, which we've been watching for years. And Andy Cohen is a well-oiled machine when it comes to reunions, and they're not live. Yes. And not that this was live, but it was kind of live because they were, it was live to tape or whatever. I feel like we're expecting Andy Cohen and we're not getting Andy Cohen, but that's not their fault either. They're not, this is not what they haven't done this for 20. I mean, they've done hosting, sure, in some capacity, but they haven't done this kind of hosting like Andy Cohen does. And they're not Andy Cohen, and that's okay.
And that's okay. But I feel like Paul and Micah did not get the closure that they needed. But I did kind of feel like I did think that they did a good job with the Irina and Zack and Bliss situation. That I feel like, and I totally agreed with Zack, and we've said this from the beginning that Irina went on the show to get famous, and he said that. He said, if we're real, you went on the show to get famous. Mm-hmm. She denied it, but it's pretty obvious that that's what happened.
Totally. I mean, I agree. This whole segment I felt good about it. I felt like I got closure. I feel like they got closure. They both, Bliss and Zack, forgave Irina, which I thought was big of them. And multiple times throughout the show, the cast called out trolls and social media and just said, like, we're just humans. Yeah. Please, like, nothing we did was that bad. Nothing Irina did was that bad. She's definitely, I think, Irina, this was the perfect show for her because I think she was able to look back and I think she actually will change and be a better person now. And if she had never done the show, I don't think she would have been.
No, I totally agree with you. It was interesting that she said that she wanted to leave the show after she saw Zack and felt like that this was just not the right situation for her. And they were like, no, you kind of have to see this through, which you kind of do. You said yes. Yeah. But it was interesting that, like, I mean, we could see it as soon as she saw him. She was like, oh, no, this is not for me. And but it was interesting then after the fact that she did reach out to Bliss and was like, oh, you dodged a bullet. Mm-hmm. And Irina and Zack kind of alluded to that during our interview because Zack said that she tried to sabotage his relationship with Bliss. And here was her reaction to that. So take a look. Because I spoke to Zack before and he said that you tried to sabotage his relationship with Bliss. Can you respond to that?
I'm a little shocked because it's my first time hearing that. And I honestly have nothing bad to say about him or Bliss. I genuinely love Zack and I genuinely thought I was going to marry him. And I've never had anything bad to say about Bliss, either in the pods. I feel like that is all on camera. I always said I thought she was beautiful. I thought she was amazing. When I first met her, I literally was like, I wish I had a brother you could marry because I liked her. And so that obviously hurts me a lot hearing that because when we broke up, I told him, hey, if you want to go pursue things with Bliss, you should. And he said he didn't want to because he didn't want that story for her, but I'm happy for them. And I feel really bad that he feels that way. That is not my intention at all. And I feel like if I get the chance to have that conversation with Bliss and Zack, I will, but that is 100% not how I felt. I genuinely wanted to marry Zack. It wasn't about a game. It wasn't about picking or choosing or winning. I feel like I was in my own head, living my own life. And what Bliss and her story with Zack was completely different.
Yeah, but it seems like Zack and Bliss, despite what happened with Irina, they're moved on and they seem so in love. Like she is ready to have some babies and her dad's on board. I kind of
like paying for the honeymoon.
So nice.
They're matching lavender wardrobe. I love them. I think I love them. Yeah. Okay. This is crazy. I wrote it down on my phone. I just remembered. Did he? It sounds crazy. Did he kind of look like Ben Affleck during this reunion, or is it totally just me? I'm gonna find a picture and do them side by side. Just
okay.
yeah.
Oh, maybe.
like this much.
What I did like about Zack though, this reunion is that like he was sticking up for Paul too.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not going to let this kind of like, you're not going to make him look like this bad guy.
He was
like,
Paul's lawyer.
He was Paul's lawyer. He's like, you're not doing this to him. You're not doing this at all. And so I thought that I really liked Zack in this reunion. I think that he's a good guy. They seem like I said, very much in love, and good for them. But of course, you know, we have to kind of talk about this love triangle between Jackie, Josh, and Marshall. And Jackie and Josh decided not to show up to the reunion. I can't believe they got away with this and were able to do this via Zoom. And just the tone of that interview was so interesting to me as well. Like so pro Jackie and Josh, when so much went down between Jackie and Marshall that I feel like she wasn't really held accountable for at all.
I agree. I think Marshall got, you know, I feel bad for Marshall after watching this. You know, he had to like talk to the camera awkwardly. Right. I'm like, why are you making him talk to the camera? Just like talk and feel your emotions. It was just kind of an awkward moment, and I totally felt bad for Marshall. I feel like he didn't get justice served after.
No, I agree with you. I think that like what he said, he's like, I've been slighted twice in this experiment, and I don't get to say my piece. Like, yes, everybody has moved on. We don't need to like talk about it as much anymore, but this was his space to do so. And the fact that Netflix allowed them to do the Zoom interview is just kind of like beyond me. It really is.
Isn't it written into their contract that they have to do this?
Right. And then she called him out for the derogatory comment that he made off camera. He admitted that it was like in a joke, saying he said to Jackie, you got a strong jawline. I mean, like you could have been a man for all I know. He said that he denied using a derogatory term, that's not in his vocabulary. He denied wanting the ring back because he wanted to propose to somebody else. Like, I don't think that's why he wanted the ring back.
I don't either. Also, we're not going to say it here, but I still don't know what derogatory term they were referencing. But anyway, they're all like, you know, at home. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, we don't have to guess.
Right. But it's just like, I just feel like as viewers, we were slighted. Marshall was slighted. Yes, it's great that they have been in this relationship for a year. They found the right person for each other, but it just seems like there was a lot of missing pieces with that one. But hopefully he gets to move on and she gets to move on, and we can kind of all move on from this season of Love is Blind. But it was a good one.
It was good. And the funny thing with the reunion with the show, for some reason, unlike other reunions, I don't mean this in a mean way, but I don't want to see them in the wild, if you will. Like, I kind of like these couples in the pods, like in the show, in their like little bubbles. And I don't really want, like, I'm happy for the ones who make it, but I like the show more preseason rather than. I
do too. I totally do too. I love the pods. I love the messiness of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And then we have to say Brett and Tiffany.
Oh yeah.
Everybody knew that they were going to make it, and they seem very much in love as well. They moved in together. I do love how all the couples, like they said, vacation together, hang out together. And it seems like they're really happy too.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for this season of Love is Blind. Season 4 is officially a wrap. Please comment. Let us know what surprised you from the reunion, what you wanted more of. So keep commenting, keep subscribing, and make sure to check out our reality recap every single week on Us Weekly's YouTube page. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.